Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's my first time having a YouTube channel, and I'm totally excited. I have some good news for you. I want to begin to just share with you some wonderful things I've learned over the course of my life. I'm 71, almost 72 years old. I've been married 40 years, y'all. And yeah, I think I have something to say about marriage. So, if you're looking for a husband, what in the world are you looking for? I mean, guys are out here all over the place. They're everywhere. And they're all sizes, all shapes. You know, how do you pick a guy that smiles at you and says charming things to you, make you feel good? How do you know he's the one? And they say, I go to church, this is my pastor, I've been a Christian all my life. You can be in church all your life, okay? You can read all the scriptures, but where's the fruit? You got to have some fruit. So fruit is going to be really important. So first thing you need to do is, you need to qualify them as a person who really, truly loves God. Okay? I mean, that's important. So the first thing you need to look for is a man that loves God. Not only is he talking about God, but he's walking the way God, a Christian person, would walk. What does that mean? That means he's clean in his conversation and his beliefs. He's not he's not saying that, he's not pushing you to do things that is ungodly. He has temperance in his life. He can control his temper and how he deals with you and how he deals with others. And he's a person that keeps his word. You got to have somebody that really, truly is serious about God. And I'm not going to walk on anybody, I'm not going to walk on anybody's toes, but we have too many people in the church that say they love Jesus and they don't have any fruit. So if you got a person say they love Jesus and there's no fruit, you better keep moving. Mm-hmm. And you need to move fast. Character. All right. Character will take you to the top and character will keep you. Okay. So a man has to have character. What does that look like? Means that this person has integrity. He does what he says he's going to do. He is who he says he is. If he says he's going to pick you up at such time, he is. If he says he works, so many hours, he does. If he says he doesn't have children and he's serious about you and he are in a bona fide relationship, you are. All right. If he says, he does what he says. Whatever he says, it's true. You're not catching him in lies. You're not catching him looking at other women. He's a person of integrity. Could you test this person and see if you push this person to see would they go a certain direction that would be unpleasing to the Lord and to you, and if they go there, would he go there? So, you have to pray. How do you do this? You have to pray and ask God to show you a person's heart. God will show you a person's heart. It's not hard. My husband prayed and asked the Lord to show me anything wicked in her. What, the man? So I'm like, why would he say that? I was like, what? And God showed him my heart. So you need to ask God to help you with this whole thing about, does this person really have character? Okay? Third thing, he has to have God, number one, character, number two. And I wrote some things down here that I think are important. The third thing, I said respect. I got my little cheat sheet because I need to look at it. Gotta have respect. What is disrespect? Somebody slapping you, knocking you down, hitting you, punching you. I have seen people and heard of people and know of people that this man who they may be dating or married to are beating the living daylights out of them. And they apologize. They say, I'm sorry, I've never hit a woman before, but you threw her down the steps. That's disrespect. You have to have a person that is a respectful person, respects you, respects your body, respects, your opinions, respects you as a woman that's not intimidated by anything about you. So they have to respect you. You need to know what kind of person you deal with, and you need to know when they're having their worst day. You need to see them, Lord, show me their worst day, because you need to know what that's like, because you need to know, can I handle their worst day? You know, are they filled with anger and rage when you do something wrong? They just lose it and they just say all kind of things and call you all kind of names. Disrespectful. You can't afford to be with anybody that's disrespectful to you as a person. You know, and a lot of times if you have a person that's disrespecting you and talking to you bad, that's for one reason only. That person is insecure. You're intimidated by that person's intimidated by you. You know, he's intimidated about how wonderful you are. So what they do is they start talking about you, calling your names, putting you down, to where they beat you down so bad and so low, they get you to do anything you want. I know what I'm talking about. Respect yourself and demand respect from other people. Don't lower your standard. Today, the standard when I was growing up used to be up here. This is the standard we have for men, how you deal with us, how you talk to us. A man will only deal with you the way you allow him. If you demand a high standard from your fiance or the guy you're dating, let's just say the guy you're dating, you demand a high standard. You demand that they talk to you in a decent manner. When you're having a conversation, how about open the door? Do they do that anymore? Oh God, my husband's been open the door for me. We've been married 40 years, dated 2 years. He opened the door for me the very first day I met him. 42 years later, he's still opening the door and would be upset if I opened the door. He even had a friend that said, why do you keep opening the door for her? He never opened the door for his wife. But he loves his wife and everything. You have to train a man how to deal with you, how to treat you, how to talk to you. When if you're in a conversation and you get upset and we're yelling and screaming, that you just shut that down. When I got married, I came from a screaming family. We were the screamers. We, didn't have a father. My mom was drunk all the time. And we just screamed at each other. That was normal for us. And so when I got married, I got upset and I would just yell and scream and high soprano. And, ah! And finally one day he said he walked away in the middle of me screaming. And I'm like, where are you going? We are not finished with this. And he went and shut the door. When I went over to the door to go in, he locked the door. I said, I'm screaming, come out, get out here. And he said, when you calm down, I'll come out. Guess what? It took me 7 minutes to calm myself down. I couldn't finish my argument. So when I started back going up, he walked away. So you set the standard of respect. Okay, 4. I do know these because I thought about them a little bit. So the 4th thing is going to be definitely responsible. And your man has to be responsible. So, for example, if he has children, and there's a lot of blended families, if he has children, he has to be responsible to take care of his children. All right. So if he has children, he's $20,000 behind because he hasn't paid child support. Oh, that is a red flag. $20,000? No. You throw this fish back in. I'm sorry, throw it back in though. There's a big sea, big ocean out there. Throw that fish back in. Because that shows an element of irresponsibility. You cannot, because if he's $20,000 behind, he has his child, you have your child. Now, he goes to work, he says, well, I can't work because every time I work, I only get $10 back. So he won't even work to take care of his children. But how are you guys going to move forward if this person is not even being responsible to his own blood? The 5th thing is going to be boundaries. This is to me, I think boundaries are life and death. If your mom, if his mother, we're talking about what are you looking for in a man? If his priority is his mommy, and he's a mommy's boy, there's a lot of mommy's boys out here. If he's a mommy's boy, and most men love their mom, but there's boundaries. There are lanes that that his mother should be in, and if he allows his mother to be in your relationship, if she's too much in a relationship with him, that's going to be a problem. You don't need a mama's boy. You need someone who is a man, who will, keep mommy where mommy's supposed to be, keep the sister where she wants to be, keep the brother. Sometimes sometimes families can feel so entitled. Listen, I'm not talking to you in particular. Maybe you think I'm talking about you. I am not. I'm just saying families are important, but families have a place. Families can't be all in your personal space. Here's what we say. My husband and I, we have a circle. In that circle is John and Sandra. And then outside that circle are our children. And outside our children are our other family members. And outside of that are other people. But you never bring your mom and family members inside the circle with you and your spouse, who your spouse should be. So I believe that everything starts with a foundation with God. And you don't have to agree with me. I'm not looking for agreement. I'm just telling you what I have experienced out of 71 years, 40 years ministry, 40 years working with men and women and couples. We actually wrote a book that we can, give you the link to. But it's so important. Let's start with God. You need to trust God with all your heart. Period. No options. Listen, I've been there. I did everything I could to get married. Lord Jesus. I lived with a man. Come on. I lived with the man. I just did everything. I cooked. I learned how to cook. I became an excellent cook in my 20s. I did everything, and I really wasn't born again during that time. But once I got born again, I said, oh, Lord, no. I don't want to have anything to do with a man. I'm not in pursuit. I don't want to get married anymore. I just want God. Because guess what? Seeking after men became my God. And I got hurt. I got really hurt. So I already did all that. And it doesn't work. So that's what I have to say for you today. Those are 5 good things. God, character, respect. You respect yourself. You hear me? You are important. You respect yourself. Don't let anybody make you feel bad about who you are. Hold your head up high. Say, oh, no, you didn't. And keep it going. So being responsible. Okay? Boundaries. These things are important. If he's a mama's boy, if he's a mama's boy when you meet him, he'll be a mama's boy when you leave him. Sorry. Okay. So that's pretty much all I have to say. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not asking you to agree. Subscribe and say you like. You can give comments. If it's negative, I'm not going to read it. I'm not here. I'm here to give you what I have, and I'm not here for you to agree. So I love you. God bless you.